to Cast Conversations. I am Philip Gabriel. This is the first Cast Conversations of our 98th season. And the opening show is a show called Puffs. And if you haven't heard of Puffs, Puffs is a show set in a certain famous wizarding school up in Scotland over a certain 7 years. But we'll talk more about that later. Joining me today is Director of Puffs, E.J Marquez. Welcome.
Hello, welcome.
So, this is your first time at RCP.
Indeed,
welcome. And have you acted here before, or is this like the very first time?
This is my very first time ever working with RCP.
Wonderful.
I've
welcome.
been working
New blood.
We love it. I've been working in the Riverside area for a while.
Okay.
I've worked with a lot of fantastic people here in the organization, and it was kind of, honestly, I'll give Emerald Gonzalez full credit for saying, hey, you should apply for this and see what happens.
Well, we're glad that you did, because obviously here you are,
mm-hmm.
Cast Conversations. Tell us about you. What have you done around in the area that some of our
well, truthfully, this is my first time ever directing adults. I've only ever directed young people. I'm very familiar with the Riverside area primarily because of Riverside Children's Theater.
Okay.
But I've kind of directed children's theater kind of all over the state. Worked a little bit in New York, worked a little bit here. I currently work at the School of Arts and Enterprise as their theater teacher.
And where is that?
That is in Pomona.
Oh,
so
okay.
we have open enrollment. We're one of the few performing arts schools that does not require an audition to participate. So we take in every kind of kid to participate in our shows and our stories and in our classes. So I love what I do, and I love that I love with this show in particular, I've got to do something really different and outside my box, but still with kind of in that realm of being in that creative realm of playfulness and goofiness and fun with this kind of story.
Right. So what attracted you to Puffs?
Well, I'm a huge fan of the story that we don't talk about a certain wizarding boy.
Over 7 years.
Over 7 years.
With his friends. And
yes, precisely.
Yeah.
Precisely. I'm a huge fan. I was that kid who waited outside I was the kid who waited outside the bookstore for the new books to come out every year.
Right.
And so I was obsessed with the stories, and they actually have a production of Amazon where you can watch this show, and it's kind of actually the smaller version. We actually get to do the full version here. And I fell in love with the humor behind it. I fell in love with I loved seeing characters in a different light. And truthfully, even for me, I loved Puffs because I related to the characters in the Wizarding Boy series, but at the same time, they were still the cool kids. And Puffs is very much about the kids in that same wizarding world that were even more misfit than the certain Wizarding Boy and his friends. So it's getting to explore the realities of being a genuine misfit in a world of misfits already. So I love getting to play with that world. I love playing with that humor and that comedy, and that's why I just left at the opportunity to work on the show. And plus doing it in the round is
an interesting thing.
It's an interesting game, and so I was like, it was too much interesting not to be interested.
Is this your first time in the round?
It is. I've directed in a thrust, but I've never directed in a round. This is my first time in the round.
Yeah, it's an interesting thing.
It's fun, especially for what's designed to be a four-door comedy. Our performers are some of the most athletic you'll meet because they are running the entire show. But it makes it so much fun because there's such an energy and a hype to it that sometimes our biggest challenge is slowing us down, because once we get started, there's no stopping us. It's fantastic.
So, this famous series that we're talking about, by the way, we have to mention our legal eagles will like this when we say that Puffs is produced in association with Concord Theatricals. But the Wizarding series, this famous Wizarding series that it's based on, is really a juvenile series, correct? Mm-hmm. This is not a show designed for kids.
It is not. It is meant to
talk about that a little bit.
It is meant to show all of the realities of teenagerhood. Like the Wizarding series kind of dances on it and touches on it a little bit. You kind of have to really read into the subtext. This story is about embracing all of the awkward experiences that come with being that 11 to 17-year-old without remorse, without fear. And to be honest, to me, it's a little bit more human because of that. It's like we're not dancing around it. It's like, no, this is puberty punching you right in the face. This is your first crush punching you right in the face. Like, it's all very present, and it's not something we dance around.
So it's a show for adults.
It's definitely a show for adults.
This is so don't bring your kids. Do you have an age bracket that you'd recommend?
We encourage 14 and up, and even then make
up.
sure your 14-year-old has a good sense of humor and a little bit of maturity.
Okay, and we have some language in the show?
Yes, we do. We have some language. We have some interesting costumes in the show. So just,
any hints about that, or we have to wait and see?
You're gonna have to wait and see on that one. But we do know that at some point we know the famous Wizarding Boy has to get in a bathtub, so we assume that others might need to too in our version as well.
Very interesting. So for somebody who is not familiar with the wizarding world, as it were, I mean, how that could be, but let's just say that there is somebody that's not familiar and they're coming to the show. How is that experience going to be for them?
Part of what I love about this show is it is so universal. It's not just about a bunch of wizarding kids, it's about a bunch of just kids in general, and it's adults playing an 11-year-old. And no matter what circumstance you put that in, it's hilarious and it's funny, and we're embracing all of the awkwardness and all of the immaturity that comes with that. And if you've ever been a kid who's felt uncomfortable in your own shoes, this is a perfect show for you. It's just fun either way.
So if you have been living under a rock for the last 20 years and you haven't read any of the books, seen any of the movies, you're still going to come to this show, and there's something.
You're going to have a great time either way, because as long as you've been a kid at some point in your life, you're going to have a great time.
Right. What's the one thing you want us to know about the show before we go in?
This company is exceptional. Like, they have, we're kind of, and I will say this truthfully, we're a very young cast for RCP, in my opinion. And
we're not all ancient. EJ, come on.
I'm not saying we're all ancient, but as low as like we have like a few of our leads are like fresh out of high school, like that, like that young, and they take these characters so seriously, and they love these stories so much, and that just radiates through the entire time. So it's almost like you come in and our narrator from the start tells you you're going to have a good time whether you like it or not, because you're here with us.
This reminds me, you told me a great story at a production meeting that you and I had about your auditions and about wands.
Oh yes, so
tell me that's such a great story.
I'm sitting there again, we're practicing, we're trying different things, we're switching people in and out of auditions, and I say, okay,
as one does,
as one does, and I say, pretend like you have a wand, and then I looked at one person and they asked me, can I just take my wand out? And I said, if you have one, and then I watched 6 or 7 other people all slowly reach into their bags and pull out their official Wizarding World wands. And I went, oh my god, these are my people. These are who we're meant to be around.
That's
and
great.
We're so excited. And they just have such a passion and such a joy for the story that it's infectious, and you just fall in love with it, no matter if you've read every single book cover to cover or if you've never touched a book before.
Well, I can't wait to see it. I think it sounds like a lot of fun. I've been seeing the set as it progresses on the arena. It's a really cool set. So
we love it.
Yeah. So we're gonna take a little bit of a break. Don't go anywhere, because when we come back, we're gonna meet a couple of cast members, and then after that, we're gonna do something very different and special. We're going to have a trivia contest based on the boy who is a wizard that we're maybe not talking about.
Excellent.
So just think about
the
that.
boy who survived.
The boy who survived, right. Anyway, we'll be right back. There's some great information coming up, so don't navigate away or do anything like that, because you're not going to want to miss what's coming up next. And the winner of the Harry...
we can say Harry.
Can we say Harry?
But just can't say his whole name. You can't say his whole name.
Okay, so the winner of that trivia contest is going to get a top-notch prize, and you're not going to want to miss it, and you can play along on your computer or your smartphone or whatever you're watching on. So we'll be right back. Welcome back to Cast Conversations, here with E.J Marquez, and here we are in we're actually not in the arena today. Normally we do it in the arena. We're in the dressing room, the very glamorous dressing room, so maybe some of you have been back here, but it's all organized chaos. So I am thrilled to be joined with Erin Grace Kekuwea.
Hi.
And Andrew Baker.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, pleased you're here. So you are cast members in the Puffs about the boy who becomes a famous wizard for 7 years in a school that's famous.
Yes.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So, who are you playing?
I play the narrator in the story.
Okay. All
so
right.
I'm not actually, any of the certain Wizarding Boys friends or any. I just tell their story.
Ah.
You're the stitching of the story.
Yeah.
Stitching it all
You're,
together.
you're the glue that holds it all together.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. And Andrew, what do you play?
I'm the glue that holds all the puffs together.
Ah.
I'm Cedric, and then I play Mr. Voldy.
Oh, Mr. Voldy.
Mr. Voldy.
Is
Okay.
Not to
his
be
name?
confused with someone else.
Okay.
He
Yeah.
must not be named. No.
Yeah, okay. Well, we don't want to.
He whose name we try not to say.
Yes.
Okay.
There you go.
We try not to say. Okay.
Yeah.
Kind of like the whole series of
Yes.
books we're trying not to say, but
Mhm.
that's fine. So, have you been at RCP before? Is this your first time here?
This is my first show at RCP.
Is it? Okay. Would we know you from something else locally?
I go to RCC right now, so I've been
Ah.
in their shows for the past few years.
Okay, what have you done over there?
Okay, most recently I was a silly girl in Beauty and the Beast, but then I wasn't because then I got COVID.
Oh,
Before that,
the COVID.
that was actually with Performance Riverside, not with
Okay.
RCC.
Okay.
And then with Performance Riverside, I played Lucinda in Into the Woods this
Oh.
past spring.
Great role.
And then last fall, I was the Flapper ancestor in the Addams Family. And then last spring, so spring of 2021, I was one of the 3 blind mice in Shrek. And that was our outdoor COVID production. It was super cool.
Yeah. A lot of musical theater. Is that your?
Yeah.
Is that your sort of your forte?
Mhm.
Or, So you're RCC now as a student. What do you study?
Theater.
Of course.
Yeah.
Where do you go from here? What's next for you then?
Honestly, I'm not really sure yet. I graduated high school in 2020. So all
Yeah.
of my, especially in the performing arts industry, all
Yeah.
of my plans were kind of like
Mhm.
completely flipped around. So I am still in the process of like trying to re-navigate what I want to do next.
Are you a Riversider?
Yeah, I'm from
Okay.
Eastville.
Okay, yeah, it's great. So you're local. Actually, it's a fantastic program over there. So
Mhm.
I mean, I suppose if you have to be in stasis somewhere due to that whole whatever pandemic thing, it's not a bad place to
Yeah.
to do. So, and what about you, Andrew? Is this your first time here at RCP? Sorry.
Yeah, first time here at RCP and first production in over 5 years.
Really?
Yeah, my last one was my senior year of high school in March of 2017.
So that you thought you got away from theater
I
and
dragged me back by the
and
feet.
drew you back,
That's
didn't
right.
it? Yeah.
I feel good to be back though.
Good.
High school experience was good, just to get a resume built.
Yeah.
But I'm glad to be working under who I regard as a better director. No shade to anyone. in
He's already
particular.
cast you, so you're fine. You don't have to you got the role. You're fine.
Well, and my favorite, one of my favorite facts about him is that he, and I'm not going to say who, but he played, was it Edna in? He was Edna in Hairspray, and his Wilbur that he played with is in the cast as well.
Yeah.
So they can't be separated. They apparently just have already.
That's
Peas in a
Peas.
pod.
Fantastic
Yeah.
show. But we should think about Hairspray. That should be a good show.
Hairspray in the
on this-
round
in the
would be
round.
super
Would be
cool.
really interesting.
Uh-huh.
We need to talk to the powers that be about bringing musicals back. So maybe, I don't know, put that out there in the ether. So your first show in 5 years. What was it that drew you to Puffs? Was it?
It was a Wilbur. He
Yeah.
told me that Puffs was going on, and I used to be a really big, I still am, big certain
wizarding
wizarding
boy
nerd.
Fan.
fan.
Yeah.
yeah.
The summer before my freshman year of high school, I read all 7 books and saw all 8 movies
In one summer.
in one summer.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, I was just.
That sounds like a pandemic thing we could have all done. We could
Yeah.
have like read all the books and watched all the movies.
Yeah, for sure.
But you did it in the summer with no pandemic.
Yeah, I was just sat down and wanted to learn all there was to learn about.
That may come in very useful for you later when
Oh,
we
gosh.
play we play some boy who lived trivia. Yeah, so we'll think about that. You're back in theater, so is the bug back? You gonna do more? or...
I believe so. You
Okay.
know, the past
You turned
month,
British
2
for
months.
a second.
Did I?
You turned British for a second.
That's right.
Love
Sorry.
it.
You can be
Becomes
British.
automatic.
I know, we're so used to
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
I believe so. I think I've rekindled my passion for theater, and I think I'm gonna stick with it. I really make the time for it now.
Well, I'm glad you're here with us at RCP, and it's great to have new blood. So
That's
new,
right.
new blood all around. This is really great. So thanks you guys, but don't go away. So when we come back, we're going to put some important information on the screen for you. But when we come back, we're going to play a trivia game, and I'll explain how that works. But you're going to want to play along when we come back. So don't move. We'll be right back. with Cast Conversations with E.J, Erin, and Andrew. And now we're going to play trivia. So it's our time for trivia, and we're going to have everybody in the wizarding world identifies with a certain house that might be at the school. So we've taken the names of these houses, we put them in a hat, and they're actually your houses. And I'll ask in just a minute which one you identify with, and then we're going to draw them, and that's going to determine the order of the trivia that we go in. So EJ, which house do you identify with?
If we're referring to not the world of the Puffs and the world of our Harry Potter, our friend Harry Potter, not the world of the Puffs.
Not the world.
Two separate
yes,
worlds.
two separate worlds.
Two separate worlds.
Yeah, absolutely.
I am from Gryffindor.
Okay, all right. And I have your slip in there that says Gryffindor. And Erin.
And I'm a Ravenclaw.
Good. Okay, let me make sure I have you. Yep, I see a Ravenclaw in there.
And you?
And you are...
I think I'm the living embodiment of, not to sound vain, but as Cedric, so I think I'm going to be a Hufflepuff.
You'll be a Hufflepuff. Okay, perfect. So now I'm going to ask my friend and producer over there, Lynn Innes, to come and draw to determine the order. There we go.
Thanks, Lynn.
First name, first house.
Ravenclaw.
Ravenclaw's going first. Okay. Second contestant. This is our sorting hat, by the way.
Gryffindor.
Gryffindor. Oh, that leaves.
I wonder which one is last.
Hufflepuff last.
The Puffs would be
Slytherin.
last.
Oh no, it's
The Hufflepuffs would be last.
Okay, so what I'm gonna do is we're gonna start with easy questions, you guys. So it'll
What's
be.
his name?
This is gonna be very, very easy questions about, of course, the series of books called Harry Potter. This is a trivia game based on the works of those books. To be unvague. So it'll be sudden death trivia. So if you get an answer wrong, then you're out, and then we'll go on to the next person. But if you get an answer correct, we'll go on to the next person. They'll answer the question. We'll keep going in a round. Now, these first questions are very easy. So you guys peeking. I saw you. I
don't know what you did.
Go peeking. All right. And I have to have a shout out to our Harry Potter expert, Dawn Lastimosa, who actually came up with these questions, and she verified them with the page numbers
Oh my gosh.
in the American editions.
Commitment.
It was commitment. It took her all day.
Is she a Ravenclaw?
She used to be, but then she told me she switched today. Actually, when we were talking about this.
Hufflepuff?
Yes.
Oh!
Yeah.
We love it.
Yeah.
we love it. We love it.
Definitely not a Slytherin, because Slytherins don't switch, do they? No. Anyway. Anyway, thank you, Dawn. We really appreciate your work for us today. So, okay, first question, and who got to go first? That's you. Okay, this is easy. We're gonna ease into this. When is Harry Potter's birthday?
Oh my gosh. September 1st?
Oh! We have our first casualty.
No.
Harry Potter's birthday is July 31st. All right, I'm sorry, but you're out for the next round. Okay, we're going to Gryffindor?
Yes, sir.
No, you just get to sit here and have fun.
All right, yeah, and no giving hints. Although I don't know that you're going to be much help over there.
I haven't read these books since I was in like first grade. I was that kid who was reading Harry Potter at first grade, and that's what makes me a Ravenclaw, but that doesn't mean I retained any of the information long term.
All right, so now what are the names of Harry's parents?
James and Lily Potter.
That is correct.
That's easier than knowing his birthday.
I don't know.
I don't know.
All right. Who is Harry living with in the Muggle world?
The Dursley family.
That is correct. Bonus points. You don't have to. You already got it. But can you name the Dursleys?
There's Dudley, Vernon, and Petunia.
That is correct. Look at you. I kind of feel bad for.
Can I have a-
I'm
I'm
gonna let
back
you
in.
back in since you had to
Here's
go
my
first.
defense. I feel like Harry's birthday's probably only mentioned like how many times? But his parents and the Dursleys are mentioned in like every
It's
book.
at the beginning of every book, but it's okay.
Okay.
Like once at the beginning.
Here's an easy one since this is our first round, and we're gonna go back to you. Okay.
Watch, I don't know this one either. I was a Hunger Games kid.
So was my daughter. Loves that. Okay, where did Harry Potter live in the Muggle world?
He lived on number 4 Pivot Drive.
You are absolutely correct. So you're going to be able to stay in for round 2.
Yes.
I would have gotten that one.
Would you actually?
Didn't know that.
All right. Now this is going to be difficult, so you're not gonna, probably not going to be as easy this time. So I'm just gonna, all right. Who was the first goblin that Harry ever met?
Oh my goodness. That he met or that escorted him?
Well, it would be the same thing, I would imagine.
No, they're two separate ones.
Oh, see, this is when we need Don Last and Melissa to come and tell us. I'm sorry, that's the general question.
Okay.
If you get it somewhat
Oh my
right,
gosh.
we'll go with it.
What is his name? Oh, hold on. It's Grip Hook.
Close enough.
Oh my
Grip hook.
God.
You're
Grip
right.
hook.
Yep,
I wouldn't have
absolutely.
known.
All right. Okay, now these are getting more difficult.
Sir,
All right, are you ready?
I'm so ready.
Okay. Who pretended to be Mad-Eye Moody in the Goblet of Fire?
I can name the actor who played
I can
in the
also
movie.
name the actor.
Well, you can go ahead and name the actor. With it's a bonus.
David Tennant.
Of course, Doctor Who. Yeah.
He wasn't he the son of the old
You're getting
Minister of
warmer.
Magic?
Warmer. Yeah.
I
Well,
do
what,
that.
what was the father's name? And then we can just put Junior on the end of that.
Ooh,
You got a
I
huge
remember,
hint.
I remember.
You got a huge hint.
It's not. It was before Fudge, right? Or is it?
It was
Cornelius?
after Fudge.
It was after Fudge. I don't know.
Does it start with a
Can I?
B?
Yeah, it does. I know.
Starts with
I
a
know.
Steal.
Do you want to jump in and steal?
Barty Crouch Jr.
You're
isn't it?
absolutely
I was gonna say
correct.
Bart.
Oh,
Bart
you're
was in my
Absolutely
head.
correct. Okay. All right. Now I'm gonna get really difficult, and this is if you're out, you're out. So who's who?
Me next.
Okay. This is gonna be hard, actually. You ready?
Yes.
Okay. What color are Buckbeak's eyes?
That's intense.
That is intense. But this is sudden death now.
I don't know. Do you know?
I think.
Do you know?
I can make an educated guess.
I have no clue.
Make an educated guess, and we'll see.
Green.
Incorrect. Anybody want to pick
I
that
have
up?
no idea.
I want to say blue.
That's also incorrect.
Orange.
You are correct.
Oh!
What?
Look at the puff. What the puff? Okay.
I'm sorry, you're out. Okay, we're gonna go on to you now. This is a difficult one. How many ingredients are there in a polyjuice potion?
Too many.
I want to say 12, but I don't think that's right. I'm gonna go with 12. I can't remember that, to be honest.
There are 7 ingredients.
Damn. Okay.
All right. I'm sorry.
It's okay.
It's down to you.
Oh,
No
boy.
pressure. But you're the guy who read this, watched all the
The
movies
most
over the summer.
recently.
You can do
No,
it.
you read them the most recently then, huh?
Mhm.
You can do it.
Because how old were you when you read them?
I
Last.
think, the last one I read, I think I finished when I was like 15, maybe 15, 16.
But you were 15 longer ago than he was 15.
Yes.
Still a
So you read them most
It was a
recently.
decade ago.
All right, here we go. What is Nearly Headless Nick's proper name?
Oh. Is it just Sir Nicholas? Is that too vague?
It's a little too big. Can you?
Sir Nicholas. The knives.
Yeah,
That's a good guess. Actually, it's Sir Nicholas de Mimsy Porpington.
Oh my god.
I have no
Wow.
idea.
But even though you got that wrong, you're still the winner because you were the last one.
Yo, winner by
standing.
default.
And
Wow.
as
Sounds like a
the
tough
winner,
winner.
you have won a top-notch prize.
Oh boy.
Yes, I kid you not. Here we go. You have won a Harry Potter Hogwarts Express refrigerator magnet that says
Top notch.
top notch 9 3/4.
Thank
There
you.
go.
Thank you.
And because we're really good sports here at Riverside Community Players, I think everybody gets
Oh,
it.
we
That's
I don't deserve
right.
this.
This
You
that's very
probably,
puffy,
but you
though.
can pass
It's
it
very
on.
puff.
It's a very puff thing that everyone wins.
And I'm not even I'm not
You're
even
not
tough. I'm
special
a
anymore.
Slytherin. Anyway, thank you very much for joining us. We look forward to seeing you here in the arena doing coming in to see when they're doing puffs. And when does the show open? Uh-oh.
August 26th.
Thank you.
This upcoming Friday that isn't tomorrow.
Yeah,
August
there we
26th,
go.
so the tickets are actually online right now, available for purchase, and box office will always open the Monday before opening Friday. So we will hope to see you there. And we always have a great opening night gala, and we look forward to seeing you. So thank you very much.
Thanks,
And,
guys.
That was my trivia redemption, knowing the opening date.
There
There
you
you
go.
go.
August 26th, we run for 3 weeks!
Fourth place or nothing.
Break a leg, everyone.
Fourth or nothing. Thanks, guys.
Bye.